Welcome.
Welcome.
Hello again.
Hello.
Now that you are ready to discuss, let's start discussing. I have something to confess. I was so busy last week, I didn't have the time to check my chapter. Shame on me. So now you will have to help me, please. Tell me what the chapter is about, what was interesting for you, what you think, how it corresponds with you. Steffi is gone. Maybe she needs to come back. Okay, while we are waiting, Mariana, could you start please and tell me a bit more about this chapter? This disruptive management and all that stuff.
Is it the new chapter?
Yes, it is. Didn't you see it?
Uh-oh.
Oh my God, another person who's not ready for class. Shame on us. It's okay. So Lubomir and Steffi are the saviors today. Guys, you need to save us because Mariana and I are not ready. Let's see how it goes. I'm so sorry. Okay, tell me, Lubomir, what did you notice in this chapter? Was there anything that got your attention?
Yes, at first, we can see that I think it was marketing department. They have many ideas. All team have many ideas, but they didn't. They didn't offer ideas because they have own breaks. They stopped themselves before because they know that company maybe they didn't have a budget or something different. It was very strange, very interesting because we can see that they have ideas, and marketing manager also try to encourage them, but without success. It was very interesting. I think
so do you think it's real? Do you think it happens?
Yes, why no? Because I heard different examples about that, especially when I talked with my friends and my colleagues. I said, they didn't agree with me.
They wouldn't listen.
They will listen to. We can try, or maybe at first we can talk with our personal manager or director or
line manager. Okay.
Yes. Every different ideas or ideas, maybe like suggestion. After that, managers and the other colleagues or directors, maybe they can discuss and they can adapt my ideas with the situation.
Okay, good. So, Steffi, what do you think? What did you find interesting in this chapter? Was there anything that challenged you?
Yes, it was very interesting to see how talented people with good ideas do not feel confident with their ideas and proposals.
Why so?
And even the most first of all, I thought that their manager was stopping them and did not allow them to grow and to show their ideas. But actually, there was a part in this chapter where it was said that he was actually trying to encourage them, and still they were not.
Why?
Confident.
Why?
My only explanation is that they had bad experience with their ideas.
Okay, probably, but this manager is encouraging.
Maybe his managers are the ones that are pushing the ideas down and do not allow the ideas to go out of these departments.
Okay, so you think it's because of bad experience in the past?
This is what I would think. Yes,
Okay.
these people in the beginning, they had such ideas and they tried to realize them, but if they were not approved 5 or 10 times already, I don't think they would be confident.
Okay, interesting. Lubomir, what do you think? Why?
Different approach, because I think I agree with Steffi about bad experience, but I think that major maybe they need to support them with a different way, because the start of the chapter we can see that he tried to use he tried to use something in the book, because without
Yes, again the book.
again the book, without experience, without I think discussion and talk to each other and listen, not only talk. I think different approach, and it's if he used different approach with or
Okay.
and after that, this manager would need to offer to show these ideas to the high management and discuss with them about that. I think that this department people who works there, they didn't use confident, didn't feel confident, and didn't feel they didn't have they don't have atmosphere, good atmosphere for work.
Okay, that's a good point. I just remember something that I saw. I think it was Simon Sinek. I'm not sure who it was, but he said something about leadership, and he said there's one thing to say, tell me what you think, after you have given your own opinion, and a completely different thing to say, tell me please what you think, and show no reaction when people share their opinions, and wait till the end to tell yours. Because in psychology, it is something called suggestion. When you are the person in authority, and you say, well, guys, welcome to the meeting. I believe that we should do this and that and that. Tell me what you think. Well, most of them will say, well, yeah, I support it. Yeah, that's a good idea. But if you say, welcome to the meeting, we're here to brainstorm. Why don't you tell me all your crazy ideas? And then at the end, I will try to summarize and we will decide which one is appropriate. You shut up, you don't say anything, and people start, well, perhaps we can do, you show no reaction, no yes or no, because it suggests the other person what the boss likes or dislikes, and they try to please. This is something that is called hierarchy, and it's called, well, I want to fit in, not to lose my job. And these are subconscious things usually, and I agree with that. Style could be. But you think that there's something a bit deeper than that, and it could be that these people, they don't feel they are not, that they don't feel that they are in the right place. For example, the accountant believes that they should be the commercial director or the trade director or the financial director, and they are not in their right place, and they say, well, why should I give any ideas and suggestions? I am not where I'm supposed to be. Of course, this is a bit of an exaggeration, but if you feel that you're not in the right place, you feel that you cannot contribute. And if you don't have this kind of belonging to the department, to the team, to feel at home, so to say, then why contribute? Why give my idea? Or what do you think of fear? I could say that give my idea, and the boss will say this is his or her own idea. They will steal it from me. So I share my ideas.
Maybe because Steph talked about bad experience. Maybe
It could be, but there could be no experience at all. There could be just fear.
maybe.
That everybody is bad. All people are bad. If I say something, they will steal it from me. So there could be a lot of different factors. And we can brainstorm all night, many different factors. But what is the solution? Okay, change of attitude. What else? No books. No books.
No, maybe books is a good way, good instrument, but we need to know how we can use this knowledge and how we can adapt to the situation.
Yeah.
Because we can use some part maybe and to try to adapt with our team and our department.
Okay.
But it's not so clear. Like.
So what do? We read together, or we have a book club, or what?
Brainstorming is one way. Yes.
Okay.
Because at first I think these people need to be inspired, to have inspiration to work and motivation. But it was very difficult. But maybe at first we can try to motivate it and inspire these people to
Inspire.
feel like
To inspire those people. Okay, like good idea. Home. So can I just step in here and challenge you? Managers, they can give organization, but leaders can give inspiration. So quite often there is no leader in the company to give the vision, because today we have board of directors, and usually these are people who want to earn money because the owners, they want money. What is the vision? Remember companies 50, 60 years ago, they had a vision. We want to make a difference. We want to change something. We want to be this and that. And there was something more that really inspired people. While today, unfortunately, most companies, they are managed by managers, and there is no leader to inspire. So it's not easy to be a leader. It's easier to be a manager because you can see the problem, you can find a solution, you can tell people, go do that, and they do it. That's it. Well,
it's difficult too.
But they, yeah, sometimes very, but they just go around and they don't know where they're going. This is not inspiring. And that's why they usually leave. But that was a side note. Okay, we will talk about that later. Manager and leader, very different. So I don't think a manager can inspire those people. So Steffi, what else would you suggest? What can be done? How do you inspire your team? Tell me now. That's a good question.
Oh, I don't think we have enough time.
Oh, come on, tell us at least a few sentences to encourage us.
I don't know. It's very important to show that you care about your people in their personal life, not only what they did and how they're gonna succeed, but really to have a connection with them, and to be a true connection, not just to have a few sentences every morning. How was your last night? Or whatever. Just really to remember what they like and what they're interested in.
So they said in the past, don't take it personally, it's just business. Today we have a completely different concept. It's very personal.
This is what I think.
Okay.
It should be. I don't know.
This is what I think too. It makes two of us. Okay.
For some people, this is not the right thing, because there are managers that are more, let's say, harder, or
and they're very red.
They're very red. They keep distance. My style
Yeah.
is not.
They praise or they punish. You
Yeah.
should either do your job and be praised, or you don't do your job, you get punished. That's it.
Yeah.
No middle ground. It's black or white. Yeah, right. There are such people. Lubomir, what do you think? How can a leader or manager or boss or whoever inspire their team?
I agree with Steffi about that because every person needs the different approach. But I can add it. I can add maybe when if I because I think that I'm not a leader, but if I see a big picture, I can use. We talk with you about examples about if I do everything well, and if I do well or I do that, it's one of the examples for my people, because if I do that, why not every because in our nowadays we can see it's not my job, but yes, maybe it's not my job, but why not to improve to do that. Maybe it is I can see a different chance to, because now we have work, we have a business, but in difficult times, in crisis, if you know many skills, if you use, maybe it's the true way to stay at work and not to be a fire.
Yeah, yeah, but then why don't you think of those people who see someone who is inspired, moving on, doing things, and they just say, well, look at him. He just wants the next career level.
Maybe.
They're suspicious. They try to stop you. And what usually they say, lead by example. Yes, it's correct, but you cannot lead a person if the person doesn't want to be led.
Yes, maybe
so there's always the two sides to the coin. And Mariana, what do you think? Is this conversation rather far from you? What do you think? How do you get inspired? How do you inspire other people?
Well, if I need to inspire other people, it is going to be with, I don't know, if you show them like that you're in a good mood, maybe.
Be positive.
Yeah.
Okay. It can encourage. I'm not sure if it can inspire. What else?
Well, to inspire people.
How do you get inspired?
But it's not that difficult.
Really?
No, I don't think that it's difficult.
Some people think that it's extremely difficult to get inspired.
Because, how can I explain? There is so simple things that every person has in himself.
Yeah, because that's you. Because you are this kind of person, and that's why I like you so much. It's not difficult to inspire Mariana. And it's not difficult for Mariana to inspire me. When I hear some stories that you tell me, by the way, you can inspire people with stories.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think that it's possible.
Yeah, it is.
It's possible. Yes.
It is. Yeah, remember Scheherazade? She inspired the king so much that he waited until next night to hear the continuation, and he spared her life. So it could be, but first of all, when you feel that you are uninspired, maybe the first step is, why don't you look for another job? Stop being there and just being a burden to the whole team. I'm so unhappy here. Everything is horrible. The company is horrible. The boss is horrible. My colleagues are horrible. Okay, you are horrible. Just go. Yeah, but if you're in the wrong place, nothing will be good. Nothing will work. And you will not work. So usually this is my advice when I tell people, oh, nothing, and I just tell them, okay, get up and go. Yeah, but where should I go? I don't know. You should need to find a place where they would accept someone like you. First, change your attitude. And guys, I think it's time to start talking grown-up adult talk. We are so politically correct. We try not to hurt people's feelings. Well, this person is a parasite. They get money for doing nothing and they destroy the whole environment in the office. They complain, they gossip, they are always unhappy with everything. They get a bonus and they're unhappy because they expected more. So usually these people should go. And I believe this is the real crime of modern day management. They don't want to tell people, just get up and go. Because it is the responsibility of the management team to keep the right people and let go of the wrong people. Things can happen. You can go through some personal tragedy or something that can change your view. You were the most positive person, but then something happened. You lost a loved one, or you went through some accident or something. But this is temporary. Give this person time to get over it, help them. But if it becomes permanent, and I heard of this lady who was, she had 2 children, and she was away from work for 2.5, almost 3 years. And when she came back, she was a completely different person. And her colleagues couldn't accept her back, and she was very angry because she thought they were somehow they were not understanding. They had a lot of extra experience that she couldn't have while she was at home, and now they didn't want to share it. It was such a horrible situation. And I just said, okay, are you willing to get back and stay there? Yes. Okay, do something about it. But I can't. Why not? Nobody likes me. Oh, come on, grow up. Who cares if they like you? They're your colleagues. You need to work with them. Whether they like you or not, that's not the problem. Just go and do your work and talk with them. And maybe they will like you, maybe not, but they will cooperate. Well, she didn't fit in, unfortunately, and they had to fire her. She didn't leave, they fired her. So, but I believe this is what should happen for a company to continue. And we don't need to experiment with books. I read a book, let's try something from the new book. Well, you know, this person, the guru, said that, let's try that. People are not experiments. I agree with Lubomir that if you decide to change something, you should announce it, you should talk with people, you should prepare them, because people want to be led. And if you lead them properly, they will follow. But if you force them, most surely they won't. Okay, so that was one aspect. Why is it called disruptive management? What is disruptive about this? What do you think of this word? Disruptive management. Steffi, you're smiling. Why?
Yeah, because this is the thing I didn't get.
Really?
Yeah, I could not understand his method of going into the cubicles and let's say disturbing his employees. I didn't understand what was
Come
the point.
on, it's so simple.
No.
You help those people get out of their comfort zone.
Oh.
How could you not see that?
No.
This is disruptive. People cannot be in their comfort zone and be productive. This is what they say in the books. You should get out of your comfort zone. If you don't, the boss will come and get you.
I didn't read that book.
You
no.
didn't? Praise God, you didn't.
Okay.
Okay. Lubomir, what do you think of this disruption?
I like a military service, but it didn't work.
I think that even in military service, they didn't do that. Not so much.
Not so much, but we know that it didn't work.
No, no.
Because-
Yeah, but well, there you have to obey. You just say yes, sir, and that's it.
Yes, but I know that is just 1 year. Not for a while.
Yeah, for me it was two. Oh,
It was down.
I still remember. Trust me, I still remember. All right, good. Well, sometimes this is what I really hate about all these gurus, that quite often they say good things, but they always say them out of context. And if you do not tell people the context, yeah, you can be rich, yeah, you can be successful, yeah, okay, maybe you can. How? Well, it's up to you. Be positive, be proactive. How? I'm depressed. Loser. So I hate this. It's true that people need to be treated as adults. It's true that we need to take responsibility of our own lives. But it's also true that we are part of a team. And when one person from the team suffers, the whole team suffers. And when managers understand that, when we understand that there is no perfect family, if one person is on the wrong side, one person is cheating, one person is doing some horrible stuff, and well, you have a perfect family. No, it's not perfect. The same with the team at work. And usually, this is what happens in good organizations. They try to help that person. And by help, well, it could be again this kind of, oh, come here, we will do everything for you. Oh, poor you. I don't think this is very good. It doesn't really develop the person. You can say, okay, let's see what's wrong. Can we do something to help? Oh yeah, you know, I'm in a very tight financial situation now. All right, maybe we can discuss and we can give you a loan for 6 months or something to help you. Treat these people with the respect that they are grown-ups. Today, because psychology became so popular, oh, don't hurt their feelings. Oh, what do we produce? We have cucumbers in a greenhouse. They never see the light. Well, they're big and green and that's it. And they taste like, ugh. I don't want to say the word. Yeah?
I agree with you about that, but when Steffi said at the beginning that we need to well know our person, because if my boss, my manager didn't know about me,
Yes.
he didn't ask me or she didn't ask me about this question. It's all important things that if we are closer to, not like a friend, I don't think it's a...
Well, there should be some kind of friendship,
yes, but,
not like buddies and not like peer friends, but closer distance. But then again, if the boss comes to you to ask you, do you need help? If you don't have this connection, would you ever tell them?
Never.
No. You will say, well, I'm fine.
I'm fine, yes.
Yeah.
Because
so this is the thing, and bosses quite often say, well, my team is perfect. Yeah, right. So we will go on and discuss those things, but I wanted to see how you really interpret disruptive. Steffi, now you have the idea. Disruptive means, wow,
yes.
I disrupt you from your work, forget what you're doing, and just get out of your comfort zone. What shall I do? Well, I don't know, but just don't stay in your comfort zone. Oh my God.
Yes.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine Steffi going around the office and, I can't imagine Lubomir doing that.
with my colleagues. It was interesting.
Oh my God, yeah. So, Mariana, did you get anything out of this? I don't know if it's really discussion, but I think it was funny on the one hand. On the other, it was a tragedy. But Mariana, was there anything that you could take from this?
Well, I don't know.
It's difficult. We're talking about business and companies. Well, it applies to every area of life, I should say. And I do hope that you don't feel like a stranger here, because we're using this, it's a metaphor. It's a company, it's this wonderful crystal display company, but in fact, the author, the doctor, he discusses things that are very interpersonal, and they're not only about business. By reading the book, I remember that it helped me see a lot of problems in my family. And it challenged me to take some steps and change things, because I didn't read only about the company. I was trying to read between the lines. And I hope you do too. Okay, so thank you. It has been such an enjoyable, disruptive evening. So next week, we will continue with the next chapter. It's called The Zoo.
No.
What can you expect? You will have a lot of fun reading it, or maybe not. And we will discuss the zoo. All right, so bye, guys.
Bye.
By the way, on the 29th of February, on Saturday, we will have our spoken English meeting. I haven't decided where, but because February has 29 days this year, I decided to have it on a Saturday. And let's see how many people come, because they usually say, oh, Friday, it's a working day and I'm busy. Let's see if they show up on Saturday. So I will send information, but just have it in mind. It will be early evening, and we will sit somewhere in a restaurant and we will have some wine and talk, not about disruptive management. Okay, just have that in mind, and I will send information soon. So bye, and see you, and have a great evening.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.